Saturday, December 17th, the Fresno Philharmonic presents Home for the Holidays. Guest conductor Chelsea Tipton leads the Fresno Philharmonic and the Fresno Master Chorale in a concert of time-honored seasonal classics the whole family will love. One performance only, Saturday, December 17th in the William Saroyan Theater. For tickets, call 261-0600 or visit fresnophil.org.
Tough Shed construction teams have been hard at work all year long, manufacturing and installing thousands of buildings for happy customers, and we aim to keep them busy this winter. That's why we're giving you special year-end offers on Tough Shed building upgrades. Design the shed, studio, or garage you've been dreaming of all year long with help from the pros at Tough Shed. Stop in, give our team a call, or design your building online at toughshed.com. Kick off the winter season by saving on a new Tough Shed building. Dream, design, delivered, installed. Tough Shed.
Now on Action News Live at 11, a man and woman found dead inside a multi-million-dollar Madera County home. Sheriff detectives investigating their deaths as a murder-suicide. What we know tonight.
Plus, as shoplifters become more brazen, authorities are stepping up efforts to crack down on them to keep holiday shopping as safe as possible.
And an AccuWeather alert for fog developing by morning and a storm developing by the weekend.
Then runoff winner. The final battle of the midterm election is called tonight in Georgia. What the historic Senate race means for the balance of power. Live at 11 starts now.
Taking action together. This is Central California's #1 news. ABC 30 Action News. Live at 11.
We're updating a shocking story out of Madera County tonight where detectives spent hours at the scene of a suspected murder-suicide case. Sheriff's deputies found the bodies of a man and a woman at a multi-million-dollar property this afternoon.
Action News reporter Alyssa Flores joins us from the Sheriff's Office headquarters tonight with what we're learning about this crime. Alyssa?
Warren Margo, the Madera County Sheriff Tyson Pogue, he spent much of the afternoon and the evening at the property with his detectives as they processed the crime scene. We also saw several family members and friends of the man and the woman arrive at the home learning about what happened for the first time. The ones who we spoke to were shocked to learn about what unfolded there.
We're going to be on the south end of the residence. In the patio.
Authorities received a call Tuesday around 1 p.m. from someone requesting that Madera County Sheriff's deputies check on the person who lived at this rural Madera County home on Avenue 12, west of Madera Ranchos. When they arrived, deputies found evidence of a murder-suicide.
We have 2 bodies, 1 male, 1 female, no signs of life.
It's unclear how long the man and woman had been dead before authorities arrived. The Madera County Sheriff's Office has not confirmed who the 2 people are, their relationship, or a motive that may have led to their deaths. But Sheriff Pogue did confirm at least one of them lived at the home at the time.
And we're still in the early stages of the investigation.
Sheriff detectives worked for hours into the night processing the scene, taking pictures and collecting evidence. Officials wouldn't confirm whether there was a history of crime or violence at the address.
So at this point, we're still trying to determine the history of the persons involved as well as the residents. So it's a little bit too early in the investigation to discuss that.
Family and friends of the man and woman were visibly upset after arriving at the home Tuesday. They were interviewed by sheriff detectives.
At this point, we are talking to the neighbors and anybody that's in the area. We are asking that if anybody saw anything suspicious yesterday or today in the area or saw any persons in the area, that they do contact our office.
According to Zillow, the home is currently listed for $3.5 million. It's surrounded by an almond orchard on almost 70 acres of property. Now, the coroner did not arrive to the property until pretty late this evening, so we don't expect to learn the identities, even the relation between the man and the woman, until as early as tomorrow. Live in Madera County, Alyssa Flores, ABC 30 Action News.
Thank you, Alyssa. We know that mental health is a difficult topic for many people, and discussing it can bring up painful emotions. Know that you matter, and help is always available. You can reach out to the National Suicide and Crisis Lifeline at 988. This week, ABC 30 is examining the power and importance of speaking up in our documentary series, A Critical State of Mind. For more information, visit our website, abc30.com.
We're also learning tonight about the moments leading up to a deadly shooting involving Fresno County Sheriff's deputies this morning. It happened around 2 a.m. on Wintergreen Avenue near Belmont, just north of the Belmont Country Club. Authorities say the hours-long standoff started after deputies arrived at a home for a shots-fired call. When deputies got there, they say a man opened fire, hitting a patrol car before running back inside the house. As law enforcement tried to negotiate with him, they say the suspect tried to blow up the home with his family inside. The SWAT team was able to get both relatives to safety.
We would have continued to negotiate with him, but he started advancing upon us, and so at that point we were going to hold our ground. We utilized less lethal. That was ineffective, and at that point we utilized deadly force.
Authorities say they're still trying to figure out a motive. The 6 deputies involved in the shooting have been placed on routine administrative leave as the investigation continues.
Turning now to weather, keep your eyes on the sky tonight because by morning it may be tough to see anything. Here's a live look now from the ABC 30 downtown Fresno sky cam. Visibility looks pretty good so far. You may need to give yourself a little more time to get to work or school in the morning.
Kevin Musso is tracking an AccuWeather alert for foggy conditions. Kevin.
Warren and Margo, it's an interesting forecast. We've still got some energy from the weekend storm spinning over the top of us, putting a few showers into the Central Valley and the south end of the valley as well, near Kerman and Carruthers right now. They'll dissipate as we move into the overnight. There's a pretty good little batch of rain east of Bakersfield and south of Porterville, upsloping into the mountains near Lake Isabella as we speak. But of course, our eyes will be down at the airport observations as we move toward daybreak. The visibility has fallen off 2 or 3 miles just within the last hour, and so definitely there is a fog that's beginning to brew. So tomorrow morning, upper 30s to low 40s, foggy until around 9 or 10 a.m., and then tomorrow afternoon at 56. A significant weekend storm coming up.
All right, Kevin, thanks. We finally have a winner tonight in the contentious U.S. Senate race in Georgia. ABC News projects Democratic Senator Raphael Warnock wins tonight's runoff election against his Republican challenger, Herschel Walker, who conceded. The 53-year-old Warnock is Georgia's first black senator, and he will now serve a full term in Congress. His victory also gives Democrats a 51-50 majority in the Senate, but it will be a divided government after Republicans flip control of the House.
New at 11, a scare for students and staff at West Hills College Lemoore was quickly resolved tonight. The school was placed on a brief lockdown after reports of a threat on campus just before 5 o'clock. Police searched the area but did not find anything credible. Even though a threat was not found, evening classes were canceled as a precaution. The campus is scheduled to reopen tomorrow morning.
Police are asking for your help identifying the suspects who assaulted a Lowe's employee and took off with several items in northwest Fresno. The crime happened back on November 13th at the Blackstone location. Surveillance video shows the group load up a basket before trying to leave the store without paying. As an employee tries to grab the cart, one of the thieves runs back in and shoves him. If you recognize anyone in the video, you're asked to call Fresno Police. It's situations like this one at Lowe's that has Fresno City and county leaders looking for ways to help curb shoplifting, especially during the busy holiday season.
Action News reporter Nick Garcia is live in downtown Fresno with the business summit held by local leaders today. Nick?
Well, police say they've been seeing an increase in retail theft for the past couple of years and shoplifting situations like that, and we certainly report on a lot of those cases, but now officers say those shoplifters are getting even more violent and aggressive. Ruthless robbers are becoming more and more common across the state, and the Central Valley's shops and businesses are not immune to the problem plaguing retail. Most recently, 2 people caught on camera stealing and assaulting an employee at a Kohl's in northwest Fresno. Police are still searching for the man and woman in the video.
Crews are getting more aggressive, and they're just taking so much more product. It's more than I've ever seen.
Victoria works at a local sporting goods store. She says she's witnessed large organized retail theft groups target local businesses. Groups like the ones called out at the Retail Theft Summit held in Fresno City Hall Tuesday.
They're very serious criminals. They're gang members. They're not just stealing goods. They're participating in gun trafficking and human trafficking.
Also linked to an organized crime crew, this smash and grab robbery at the Merced Mall earlier this year. The brazen thieves busting glass cases and stealing more than $200,000 worth of jewelry. Surveillance footage helped track down some of these suspects.
You know, I tell people all the time, if you don't have surveillance cameras in your store, get them.
The summit Tuesday included the DA, Fresno City and county leaders, and law enforcement agencies. They met with local retailers to update them on the plans to bolster support, including hiring more police officers.
Well, what 901 officers means is we have more officers on the street to be able to serve you as well. And we're excited about that.
The deputy chief says they're doing all they can to respond and investigate theft. Business owners and managers were also reminded the issue goes beyond losing revenue.
It is a safety issue. It's a huge safety issue.
And again, they're working to crack down on those issues. Another thing mentioned in the summit today was that it's important for business owners and retailers, even employees, to create a network with fellow business owners and neighboring businesses in the area for when situations like this happen. And of course, when a smash and grab or a robbery or a shoplifting situation happens, be sure to always report that to the police. Live in downtown Fresno, I'm Nick Garcia, ABC 30 Action News.
Thank you, Nick. A lasting tribute to a Madera boy who was killed will help bring joy to other children. The city of Madera announced a dedication ceremony for playground equipment in honor of little Thaddeus Saran. The 2-year-old was killed by his parents in 2020. Later that year, the Madera City Council voted to name the playground area at Centennial Park after the toddler. The equipment is designed for children with special needs. The dedication ceremony will be held Saturday morning at 9:30.
Local hospitals can count the number of patients to track the spread of respiratory illnesses, but another method can reveal troubling trends.
Concentration of cases. The Valley effort to fight RSV by watching the water, and when the first round of results could be released.
But first, a drill for danger. South Valley educators and law enforcement team up for training they hope they never need to use.
The state right now of mental health in this country is in critical condition.
So everything that causes trauma in our culture, we're told to keep it bottled in.
I wasn't going to be bullied by the stigma of suicide. I don't know how we get there.
I'll rise up again, I'll rise up again.
When moderate to severe ulcerative colitis persists, put it in check with Rinvoq, a once-daily pill.
When UC got unpredictable, I got rapid symptom relief with Rinvoq. Check.
When UC held me back, I got lasting steroid-free remission with Rinvoq. Check.
And when UC got the upper hand,
Rinvoq helped visibly repair the colon lining. Check. Rapid symptom relief, lasting steroid-free remission, and a chance to visibly repair the colon lining. Check, check, and check.
Rinvoq can lower your ability to fight infections, including TB, serious infections and blood clots, some fatal, cancers, including lymphoma and skin cancer, death, heart attack, stroke, and tears in the stomach or intestines occurred. People 50 and older with at least one heart disease risk factor have higher risks. Don't take if allergic to Rinvoq, as serious reactions can occur. Tell your doctor if you are or may become pregnant.
Put UC in check and keep it there with Rinvoq.
Ask your gastroenterologist about Rinvoq and learn how AbbVie could help you save.
Fry season greetings from Rally's. This holiday, we're adding the Fry Lovers Burger to the 2 for $5 mix and match menu. Extra hungry? Unwrap a super loaded Buford with even more fries, bacon, and cheese. Rally's Fry season greetings for a limited time.
When you called Jacoby & Myers after a serious injury, we worked fast to get you the medical care you need and to full financial recovery. Your lawyer matters. Choose Jacoby & Myers.
Avatar, The Way of Water, rated PG-13, only in theaters Friday. Closed captioning of Action News is sponsored by Fresno Mitsubishi. Taking action together. This is ABC 30 Action News, live at 11. With Warren Armstrong, Margot Kim, Chief Meteorologist Kevin Musso, and Sports Director Stephen Hicks.
Several South Valley teachers and school administrators are taking action to be prepared if faced with an active shooter on campus. The Tulare County Office of Education teamed up with the Sheriff's Office for today's presentation in Visalia. The session focused on the run, hide, fight concept, which officials say provides options if there is a threat.
It's good to have a process, hoping you'll never have to use it, but at least we have an option which gives our staff and our students a chance to keep safe.
Today's session was made available to staff members who may have missed the training typically offered at the beginning of the school year.
Next week will mark 10 years since a gunman murdered 20 children and 6 adults at Sandy Hook Elementary School in Newtown, Connecticut.
Before that somber anniversary, the victims were honored tonight at a gala for a nonprofit that was created out of the tragedy. As reporter Josh Eininger explains, the organization has helped save countless young lives over the years.
It's been almost a decade, and for many, it still feels like yesterday.
Evil visited this community today.
December 14th will be 10 years since the massacre at Sandy Hook Elementary School in Newtown, Connecticut, that killed 20 first graders and 6 adults in one of America's deadliest and most infamous mass shootings. And after all this time,
I have to honor my son that died while protecting my son that lived, and that's, any parent is going to do that for their child.
Nicole Hockley hasn't stopped fighting. She's one of the founders of Sandy Hook Promise, the nonprofit that emerged from the shock of that day, and since then has prevented so much more inconceivable bloodshed.
We stopped 11 credible planned school shootings. We've saved almost 400 kids from suicide.
And so tonight in a Midtown ballroom, they remembered those lost and celebrated those still here, thanks to training the organization sponsors around the country to teach millions of kids how to spot a friend in crisis and stop an attack before it happens.
Well, I consider December 14th, 2012, the single darkest day of my presidency.
President Obama tonight paid tribute to the families from Newtown who turned their grief into action. And he lamented that more tangible change on gun violence still eludes a blood-soaked nation.
In 2022, there has not been a single week, not one, without a mass shooting somewhere in America. Outside a handful of failed states, we are unique among nations in tolerating the proliferation of guns on our streets and allowing civilians to routinely purchase high-powered weapons of war.
But Sandy Hook Promise is about what can be done. They've trained 18 million American kids in anti-violence programs, and they plan to train 25 million more. 10 years later, they insist there is hope.
And again, that was Josh Eininger reporting. A Valley Partnership is taking action to hopefully stop the spread of the flu and RSV by observing wastewater. Assistant professors at UC Merced and UC Davis are leading the effort by Health Central Valley Together. They're refocusing on Merced, Stanislaus, and Yolo counties. The lead researchers say the viruses go into wastewater before an individual has symptoms. Wastewater samples will be collected 3 times a week, which gives enough data to notice a trend.
And so that's really useful for public health departments because they can take that data and understand which communities are experiencing higher infection rates and ground truth that against other sources of data they have from hospitals and changing rates there.
So then they can communicate it out, to the community and make recommendations such as like indoor masking or getting those booster shots.
The first sample was taken December 1st. Researchers hope to release that information in a few weeks. You can also monitor the virus on the group's website. A link can be found on our website, abc30.com.
A much anticipated holiday show tonight wasn't able to take off.
Grounded by the Grinch, what caused a colorful high-flying tech show in Clovis to cancel?
The holidays are for making memories, and you can count on Honda to help you make them. Whether it's in a versatile HR-V, a sporty Civic, or a stylish Accord, start making memories of your own with a new Honda during Happy Honda Days. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer today.
Now through December 31st, get a rate as low as 2.49% APR on new car and truck loans.
or refinance your higher rate loan from another lender. Apply online today at myeecu.org.
The pandemic hit all of us hard.
We could use a fresh start.
If you've missed mortgage payments during COVID, California Mortgage Relief can help save your home. Find out if you qualify today. camortgagerelief.org.
Bulldog Breakdown on ABC 30, the home of Fresno State Athletics. Sundays at 6:30 only on ABC 30 Action News. Sponsored by Central Valley Toyota Dealers.
Are you kidding me? Is that for me? How? Oh, can't wait to see what you got your mother.
The BMW Road Home Sales Event on now. Hurry in to lease a 2023 BMW X5 S-Drive 40i for $829 per month.
Festive fun was foiled tonight at the Clovis Rodeo Grounds after the Holly Drone Light Show had to be canceled. Thousands of people waited to see the spectacle in the sky, but left without seeing a spark. The Sky Dreams company apologized on social media for the cancellation caused by technical issues. Refunds will be offered or purchasers can trade in their tickets for other shows later this week. Shows are scheduled to resume tomorrow and Thursday every hour between 6 and 8:30 p.m.
Well, that is a shame because it was clear out at the fairgrounds tonight. Tomorrow night might maybe be a different story.
Yeah, we're going to see a fog episode in the morning hours, then again on Thursday morning. So we'll see how that works out. I keep my fingers crossed. Maybe I can help them if I can communicate with those guys. Mendota, south of Mendota, south of Fresno, there's still a shower moving through, and even a bigger batch of rain that's kind of moving over east of Bakersfield and Porterville up into the mountains. This energy that's still on the radar is fascinating to me because it is still some of the energy from the weekend storm that came through. Way out in the Pacific, there was this spin, this counterclockwise spin that was out there, and that's what's going over the top of us right now. In the overnight hours, it'll drop to the south and move to the east, and that will leave our atmosphere a little quieter, a little more still, and the skies above should open up long enough to allow the temperatures to drop down closer to the dew point and create the ground fog that we're familiar with, maybe visibilities to a quarter mile or less in the earliest part of the morning and then right after sunrise. This cold pocket right here that's spinning over California moves over the Rockies. We have a weak weather system, the first one that's in our extended forecast. It's Friday, and it'll probably just be restricted to the mountains. Then we have a major storm, and it's got a little plume of moisture in front of it. A pocket of cold air from the Gulf of Alaska. Where have you heard this before? That's what happened last weekend, guys. So we have another one that pushes that cold air to the south, wraps around the grapevine at times as well, and it is really impacting us from early Saturday morning through Monday. And this is Friday's precip, but watch what happens with one more click. It just absolutely comes in and soaks the valley if this were to verify. This is just a computer estimate. So I wouldn't be surprised, though, to see many locations, especially along 99 and eastward, get at least 1 inch of rain or more. And look what that equates to in snow as we move all the way out to Monday. We're talking about numerous feet of snow in the mountains and even a lowering of the snow level. The freezing levels get down Sunday night into Monday to around the 3,000-foot level. Temperature and the dew point right now in Fresno are at parity and 100% relative humidity. So that tells you right there that the atmosphere is wanting to fog up. And I expect that it will as soon as the skies open up above. There you see the storm for Friday night, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Another one on Wednesday.
And again, please give yourself some more time in the morning if you're heading off to school or work.
Don't be in a
because you
hurry.
may need it, yeah. All right, Kev, thanks.
Well, Aaron Judge's trophy case is getting more crowded.
And the rumors are kind of growing. I walked in this afternoon and everyone was like, Steven, did you hear about Aaron Judge? And it's like, yes, but it's not official quite yet. But yes, it's another all rise for another award. We'll tell you about the latest honor for the MVP. Plus, hear from Derek Carr about his midweek game and the new quarterback who could be suiting up for the Rams.
It's like the Avengers have arrived.
I'm here to have some fun.
The buzziest late show on Hollywood Boulevard. Jimmy Kimmel Live.
Is there anything he won't brag about?
Papa Murphy's presents How to Change the Way You Pizza. Step 1, grab a delicious Papa Murphy's pizza. Step 2, bake. Step 3, chow down on the deliciousness. Order the limited time Hog Heaven pizza for just $12.99 at papamurphys.com.
Wear yourself an ugly little sweater, hideous and bright, kitschy, garish, covered with annoying lights. And when it brings you joy, you know that you did it right.
Why do we love wearing ugly sweaters?
For the same reason we give the gift of scratchers, because a little play can make your day.
We do not have a homeless crisis. We have a poverty crisis, an addiction crisis, an abuse crisis. We have a my dad introduced me to meth at the age of 12 and I've been hooked on it ever since crisis. We have a I have been trafficked since I was 15 years old crisis. We have a I didn't choose this life crisis.
A great smile can make all the difference in how you feel about yourself. Isn't it time to have the smile you've always dreamed of? At Whitlow Dental Care, we've been helping thousands of Valley residents achieve the smile of their dreams with dental implants for more than 20 years.
If you need one tooth or a whole set, Whitlow Dental Care can help with IV sedation. It's comfortable and surprisingly affordable. Call Dr. Whitlow and Associates at 559-441-7700. Learn more at abc30.com. Medical Specialist.
The Golden One Member Cash Rewards Plus credit card gives you a little more of everything. More filling up your tank. And filling up your plate. More sharing Grandma's favorite recipes. And passing down your favorite traditions. Whether it's your everyday or those extra special days. You get more with the Golden One credit card, so you can be more.
Action News Sports starts now.
Aaron Judge named today Time's Athlete of the Year. The article compared his AL home run record-breaking season to Steph Curry's NBA title run and the farewells of Serena Williams and Roger Federer. It also had an interesting note amid his looming decision during free agency. The former Diamond Dog mentioned that he was unhappy with the Yankees' negotiations last offseason and how the team made its offer to him public. He also said he grew up a Giants fan. During his senior year of high school, he told his now wife, Samantha, that in 10 years the pair would be married and he'd be playing for the San Francisco Giants. Despite reports that he accepted the Giants offer today, he remains a free agent. Cody Bellinger is heading to Chi-Town. Per ESPN, he signed a one-year deal worth close to $18 million. The NL MVP in 2019 hit just .210 last season. Bulldog basketball back home tomorrow night. It'll be the team's first time in the Save Mart Center in 3 weeks. Team coming off a quad 1 road win over UC Irvine.
Bears nominee for the Walter Payton Man of the Year Award.
Jalen Johnson, the Fresno native, up for the award that recognizes players whose passion to impact lives extends beyond the game. He started the Kevy's Vision Project to honor his late friend who lost his life to gun violence last year, a nonprofit dedicated to improving opportunities for overlooked communities here in Fresno. UNLV has hired Barry Odom to be their next head football coach. A former head coach at Missouri, he has worked the last 3 seasons as defensive coordinator at Arkansas. Former Fresno State head coach Kalen DeBoer named today co-coach of the year in the Pac-12. Washington 10-2 in his first year at the helm. They'll face Texas in the Alamo Bowl, and he shares that coach of the year honor with Oregon State's head coach Jonathan Smith. Might remember they beat Fresno State 35-32 back in September. Per multiple reports, Fresno State's O-line coach heading to Arizona State for the same role. This was Saga Tuatelli's first season coaching the Dogs after coming in from Army. Fresno State given an allotment of 2,000 tickets for the upcoming Jimmy Kimmel LA Bowl. School expected to quickly sell out of that total. Fans have also purchased north of 20 suites for the game. And while the school is not organizing buses to get down to SoFi, Tim Schiller tells me he's bringing 2 of them down to LA. Those sold out by 1 o'clock this afternoon. And a reminder, you can watch that game right here on ABC 30. Kickoff from SoFi set for 12:30 on December 17th. That stadium home to the Rams, who today claimed quarterback Baker Mayfield off the waiver wire. He could be available for the team's next game. That's when LA hosts Derek Carr and the Raiders Thursday night.
For us, it's important because it's our next game, and because of the way that we didn't win certain games early on in the season, every next game is the most important.
They've got a chance for 4 straight wins, guys. That's a very important game.
Sure is.
Yeah.
All right, Stephen. The holiday events are really gearing up in the Valley.
To Larry and Tinsel, the annual Christmas parade brings the celebration straight to the streets.
Closed captioning of Action News is sponsored by Fresno Mazda.
Heart, Artery and Vein Center announces the opening of their new office in Madera. Dr. Sanjay Srivatsa, along with skilled medical professionals, specialize in the treatment of varicose veins, leg and foot ulcers, peripheral arterial disease, as well as cardiac evaluation and lymphedema therapy. Heart, Artery and Vein Center, now in Madera. Improve your blood flow, improve your life. Learn more about Heart, Artery and Vein Center at abc30.com. Medical specialists.
The end of the year is coming up. If you're looking for somewhere to put your donation dollars, please consider Casa Fresno Madera. If you go to the website, you can either make a one-time end-of-the-year donation to Casa, or you can make a recurring donation. Those are those lifeline members. Every month, Casa can count on that money to support the activities in both Fresno and Madera counties. Please go to their website at casafresnomadera.org. Again, that's casafresnomadera, all one word, .org.
The Colonel's Classic is back at KFC and now just $19.99. 7 drumsticks and thighs and your choice of original recipe or extra crispy. Plus large mashed potatoes with gravy, large coleslaw, and 3 biscuits. The Colonel's Classic, just $19.99, only at KFC.
Moderate to severe eczema still disrupts my skin. Despite treatment, it disrupts my skin with itch. It disrupts my skin with rash. But now, I can disrupt eczema with Rinvoq. Rinvoq is not a steroid, topical, or injection. It's one pill once a day that's effective without topical steroids. Many taking Rinvoq saw clear or almost clear skin, while some saw up to 100% clear skin. Plus, they felt fast itch relief, some as early as 2 days. That's Rinvoq relief.
Rinvoq can lower your ability to fight infections, including TB, serious infections and blood clots, some fatal, cancers, including lymphoma and skin cancer. Death, heart attack, stroke, and tears in the stomach or intestines occurred. People 50 and older with at least one heart disease risk factor have higher risks. Don't take if allergic to Rinvoq, as serious reactions can occur. Tell your doctor if you are or may become pregnant.
Disrupts the itch and rash of eczema. Talk to your doctor about Rinvoq.
Learn how AbbVie can help you save.
T-Mobile covers 99% of people in America. So when we say we have your town covered, we mean it.
I'm able to go to any of the small towns and still pick up great service.
And great coverage is just the beginning. Families and small businesses can save up to $900 versus Verizon.
We actually save way more now than we did with our old carrier.
The amount of money you save with T-Mobile is just awesome.
Plus, with our T-Mobile Price Lock, we guarantee we won't raise the price of your rate plan. Switch today.
The pandemic hit all of us hard.
We could use a fresh start.
If you've missed mortgage payments during COVID, California Mortgage Relief can help save your home. Find out if you qualify today. camortgagerelief.org.
Tulsa's Finest leading the way for tonight's 67th Christmas parade. Hundreds came out for the night of holiday festivities, which included decorated tractors, marching bands, dozens of floats, and so much more. Candy canes. The downtown parade was originally scheduled for last Thursday, but was rescheduled for tonight due to last week's storm. Looks like they had a great time in Tulare this evening.
And perfect weather just in time.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us for Live at 11. Jimmy Kimmel Live is next, followed by Nightline.
Action News continues tomorrow with AM Live starting at 4:30. Remember, you can download the ABC 30 mobile app for all the latest local news and weather anytime. Have a great night, everybody. We'll see you once again tomorrow night for Action News Live at 11.
From Hollywood, it's Jimmy Kimmel